Yo guys, what's up? Angren with my first Diablo 4 Season 11 Paladin leveling guide, and today I want to present you my leveling Blessed Hammer guide. So there are 2 or 3 very important parts throughout the leveling stages. So first of all, when you're going to start with the leveling, you just only need 1 point in your advance or something to get to your Blessed Hammer. Then you will max out Blessed Hammer, and at the beginning I would max out your discipline Halo, that is the discipline skills. That is better, but only in like Torment or in the later stages. At the beginning, I would take the Shattering Blow because your hammer will split into 3 small explosions and you will do a lot of damage at the beginning, and then you can also play with your Judicator, and you can also Judicate your enemies with things like your Purify or things like your Defiance Aura, and that's really important at the beginning. So later on you will switch then to the Disciples Halo when your Blessed Hammer will follow you, but you kind of need a certain setup, and it is also really important. Try to get Rally with Words of Sacrifice early on, because that will solo-handedly solve all of your resource problems, and then you can cast Blessed Hammer even without your basic skill pretty early on. It's like 20 or 30. It will use your max life now as a cast, but it is not that much, and it does have a cooldown. So I can send you that will cast my Blessed Hammer until it's empty, and now as I can see I can just press my rally until I have that much faith that I want, and it doesn't really cost that much max life. And the best one is you will also get a ton of movement speed on top of that, 10% movement speed, and that will stack with the Words of Sacrifice. That's pretty important. So you will get a ton of movement speed and you will single-handedly resolve your resource problems. So get Rally and Blessed Hammer with the Shattering Blow early on. You're kind of good to go to level through all of the leveling stages and also get your Fanatism Aura. At the beginning you can think about if you will get something like Rite of Humility, Rite of Redemption, and later on you will get Rite of Vengeance, so you will do more crit stack damage. In addition, you also want to have the Defiance Aura because you're gonna get more armor and more auras. I will explain later why it is so important. Currently it's like the most broken Paragon node in the in the game, so hang on so you know what I'm talking about. And at the beginning it is not that important, but get your Rally and your Blessed Hammer early on, and until you have like your wall setup with your Falling Star, then you can also get something like your Purify with Sentence. You're still playing with your Judicator Bell as your hammer, and as soon as you're gonna hit your Arbiter of Justice and as soon as you hit your key passives and you have all of your combo together, then can slowly switch to your Disciples Halo, so your Blessed Hammer becomes a Disciple skill and it will follow you now, and then also switch to your Disciple. So after we casted a Disciple skill with a cooldown, we're gonna get Arbiter for 4.5 seconds, and that means 25% increased movement speed, and our evade is replaced with a leap, and we're also gonna do wing strikes that deal 160% damage, and we're gonna do 50% more damage with it. But you kinda need to have the Falling Star with the Free Force. You have 2 charges on it, and you also kinda need to have 5 ranks of Defiance Aura with Rite of Prayer, so you can constantly switch around between Falling Star and Defiance Aura every 5 seconds, so you're gonna get your Arbiter form up every time. And then you also have the Arbiter of Justice on top, and then you can also get things like the Arbiter form, Wing Strikes 3 cast time is reduced by 0.5 seconds, and also take Seraphim, so you're gonna get additional movement speed, and Wing Strikes deal additional damage, and you're gonna make the enemies vulnerable. The cool thing is that will not only work for your Arbiter of Justice, so the ultimate skills, it will also work with your class skills. As you can see, I will cast out my Falling Star, and now I'm really fast, and I have the Arbiter bonus up with all of the movement speed, so that's pretty huge. With the wing strike damage, they also get this, and then can switch to your Disciple style. Really important, and then you can just blast into the end game. And for your skill tree you set up, you will get your Blessed Hammer max. First of all, Shattering Blow, later than Disciples Hollow, then get 3 to End Guard, 3 to Riposte, 3 to Discipline, 5 to Fanatism Aura, and then Rite of Vengeance, 5 to Defiance Aura, armor, as also Rite of Prayer. Then get your 1 to Falling Star and also Free Fall, 1 to Rally, as also Words of Sacrifice. Then get 3 to Crack in the Armor and 3 to High Charity at the beginning. Later on you can switch it out when you have enough of your cooldown reduction through your mythic item. Also get 3 into Iron Sharpens, Break the Line, Heavyweight, and 2 into Press Advantage, 3 into Mastercraft Work, 1 to your Arbiter of Justice and also your Seraphins, and then also the Exaltation. You're gonna do additional damage when you are in the Arbiter form, and you're gonna do additional strike time with your wings. Now the next important thing is when you are in the endgame, you can just blast through to the endgame. You don't need specific of your legendary aspects. Try to get quickly as possible to your castle. It is your first spot, and just take the shortest route because you deal increased damage equal to 1.8% of your armor. It is an uncapped node. You will get a lot of damage. So as you can see, I already have like 400% multiplicative damage, and that is if you're gonna stack your armor. So that's also the reason why we're gonna stack your armor with Mastercraft Work and things, and also with Defiance Aura. So you're also gonna get 42% more armor, and because like they changed the system now, you can also stack a lot of armor. You can get armor on all of your armor pieces, and also then get your most of the damage from the castle, and with that you can kind of blast until T3 or T4. So I'm already in T3 with like a T7 Paragon level, and I'm gonna farm now some Paragon level and some cliffs, and then I can already go to T4. And also another important part is the Relentless. You're gonna get cooldown reduction up to 30%, and also with the Cleave the Resplendence, you will get also after casting an aura skill, the active cooldown of every non-aura skill is reduced by 2 seconds. So this will help to close the gap with your cooldown reduction to get your Arbiter up for 100%. Later on you can switch this rune out when you have like your Harlequin's Crest or something, but this will help you early on. Also an important tip at the beginning, take Coat of Arms because it's a passive damage increase, and only take Exaltation when you have kind of a 100% uptime of your Arbiter form. Very important. And after that, I don't have like more of my Paragon setup. You can check out guides from Mikuna or something, and yeah, I will do also a follow-up on that. And for your legendary aspect, they're kind of generic. So get your aspect of Lagaros Sovereignty, so you're gonna deal more damage with your discipline skills. Also get the aspect of Indomitables. Later on you want to have a Herald of Sacrum, but you're gonna get armor based on your block chance, and also you will get the unique hammer that will give you a chance to cast your blessed hammer on auto, and you will also get the unique ring here where you're gonna deal more damage while in Arbiter form. You're waiting while Arbiter form and gonna cast the core skill, but until then get things like Conceded Aspect or something. Just get things that will give you more damage. Also the aspect of Ascension, so after we cast an Arbiter form we're gonna get increased damage, and on your amulet get the aspect of Holy Punishment, so we're gonna deal more holy damage. And on your defense pieces you can get things like aspect of Obedience early on, so you will get even more armor to even deal more damage, or things like your aspect of Juggernaut, you will get a lot of armor, and later on you can switch this out when you have your unique things, and also get armor on all of your pieces, and also get your chance to cast a Blessed Hammer twice. And besides that, for your jewelry also get your Valor cooldown reduction, so your Falling Star is your important one, that is a Valor skill, and then you are pretty fine to go, and then you can just blast through to the end game. And I will also do then an updated guide. For your Mercenary, take your Variana early on, so you're gonna get more movement speed. Later on switch her out for more defensive things, and later on also take Disciple. And also please write your opinions of the new Paladin in the comments down below. I'm really interested how you're gonna see the new Paladin. Still have one problem, like the uncapped ability, because that just makes this way too OP even for the tower. So I hope they will kind of cap this as soon as they can, maybe tomorrow or something. Yeah, if you like this build guide, please leave a like and a sub, would boost my channel tremendously, and write down your opinions of the Paladins in the comments down below. And until next time, bye.